Hey everyone, about to start episode 4, stage 4 of a warm up routine, sprints and takeoffs. So I'm going to explain the 7 different sprints and takeoffs and how to find on a 3 and a 4 point stance which foot goes in the front, which foot goes in the back, and just kind of figure out what we can do to make sure we finish our warm up to the best of our ability. So we're going to start out here with the 4 point stance, which means both hands and both feet are touching the ground as you take off for a sprint. But at the beginning, we're going to figure out right here what foot needs to go in the front and which one needs to go in the back. Okay, so right here, I fell forward, and the foot I caught myself with, that foot goes in the back. Okay, it's my dominant foot. Fell forward on a falling start, caught myself, as you can see, standing straight, caught myself. Okay, so this foot would be my back foot. This foot is going to be my front foot. So I'm going to take my front foot, the foot I did not catch myself with, and I put my toe directly at the line. And as you can see right here where my heel is, that's where I eventually want my toe to be. The reason being is this gives you your front foot a foot from the line, so you're not all bunched up and crunched up, and you actually have a way to jump out and get a better start. Okay, so I put my toe where my heel was. Everybody see how that worked out? Okay, so now my front foot is pretty much right at a foot from the line, so I'm not going to be bunched up. I'm going to be in a comfortable position. A lot of people want to put their toe at the line and then try to put their hands there, but then they're all crunched up and you don't have room to work. So I got my front foot in place. Now I'm going to take my back foot and I'm going to put my knee, as you can see, directly beside, parallel to my toe. Okay, as you can see right here, I have a bend in my knee. I want to keep that bend when I rise my hips up, because if you ever had a spring and you push the spring all the way down and let it go, it's going to shoot up, right? Well, if you push it halfway down, it's not going to shoot up as high. So kind of use this back leg right here as a way to consider a good spring and push out. Okay. So my hands are wide, just slightly outside of my legs. You don't want to be in too close. You don't want to be wide, so wide that you're at the edge of the lane. All right. You see how my fingers are together? And if you can see my hand right here, right there, it makes a little arch, right? So when I put my hand down on the ground, I want that arch to be there so I can support the weight. Because when I lift my hips up, I'm going to shift my weight forward to help momentum for my start to be better. So my head's down, my chin is tucked. Oh, there it is. There's the bend, as you can see, in the back leg, because when this part of my body came up and I rose up with my hips higher than my shoulders, I still have a bend back here, so I can still push off my back foot. And I have a good solid base right here to help push as well. And as soon as I rose up, watch my weight shift here. Okay? Watch my weight shift. I fell forward a little bit. That's shifting my weight forward. Now all my weight is right here on my hands. There's some still a little bit right here, but the majority of my weight is here. Do you notice I'm not looking straight out where I'm going to be running? I look down. Okay? I'm pretty much looking at my shoestrings. My chin tucked. Hips high. All right there. Let's see if we can pause when I take off. Oh, sorry. Trying to get it perfect. There it is. Okay. See how my arms are split? This leg right here is going to be the one that touches the ground first. So to get that out, I have to split my arms to continue the drive part of the takeoff. Okay. Just a little bit back. I did an average. See how much more split that is right there? Split out, knee up. Now, my toe, my foot, I would prefer it to be out about here. When I contact the ground, I'm here. So I could have done better about that drive, that push out. But again, I don't have a set of blocks back here. Not making excuses, but yes, I do need a little work on my start right there. Okay, so try to catch it in real time right here. Try to get that foot out further. Because the better your start, the faster you're going to run. Oh, man, that was quick. I went out of frame. Okay, so make sure, again, you have the split in the arms and the drive. My head's still down. Don't look straight up, because if you do, your body's going to stand straight up, and you're not going to have a really good drive phase when you are sprinting. Okay. All right. So that's the 4-point stance. The only difference between a 4-point and a 3-point stance is one of my hands come up off the ground. Okay. A lot of people, when they're running 40s for like NFL Combine, anything like that, they like to do the 3-point stance because, you know, sometimes I guess if you're a lineman, you're going to be in a 3-point stance. Okay. But that's great. But you have a choice to do a 3 or 4. Okay, so again, that's my back foot. That's my front foot. As you can see, my foot from the line, my knee comes directly down beside my toe. I could probably do a better job right there at getting my knee up further. Okay, so did you see right there which hand came up? My front foot hand comes to my hip. My back foot hand stays on the ground. And what that means is we're going to opposite arm, opposite elbow, right? Opposite arm, opposite leg, excuse me. This arm and this leg go hand in hand. So when I do split out, my arm is already in a running position for the 3-point stance. Okay, so the back foot hand needs to stay on the ground on a 3-point stance. Okay, watch out one more time. Okay, so again, that's the difference between a 3 and a 4-point stance. Make sure you take note that the hand that is down is the back foot same side. Whether you're right leg lead or left leg lead, it doesn't matter. All right, this next one's pretty self-explanatory, pretty simple, pretty easy. I like this video too because it looks like I'm running into the camera. But where I had my camera set up, I couldn't slow down, so I kind of had to hurdle the trash can it was leaning up against. So it looks like I'm going to run into you, but I'm not. Don't worry about that. So here on this sprint takeoff, you're going to lay down like you would be on the ground in a push-up position, but you're not going to be fully extended. Your belly is going to be on the ground. So this is a get up. Hands shoulder width apart, straight down. I'm going to push myself up into a sprint. Okay, again, there's that hurdle I was talking about. Push myself up, and I do a drive phase towards where I'm going. Don't stand straight up. You want to always drive. You always want to try to get as much speed built up as possible. Drive, gradually getting taller, knee up, hip to face. And yes, you don't have to hurdle anything when you do a get up. Okay, so there's another sprint takeoff that I like to do. This next one is very similar to a get up, but it's a push up into a sprint. I like to show this one because again, it teaches you how to properly do push-ups. You want to your whole body wants to go up and down. You want to go all the way up, all the way down. You don't want to keep these little half elbow bend push-ups that a lot of people think are real push-ups, but they're really not. Let's see here. So again, my hands are shoulder width apart, all the way up and all the way down. My body is not touching the ground, but my nose is getting as close to the ground without touching. I just did 2 or 3 right there to show you just the example. I always like to get anywhere from 5 to 10, and that continues my warm-up for my upper body as well. So you can change up different sprints and takeoffs. Each day you do a warm-up. There's 3 into a sprint, quick and fast. All right. So again, 3-point stance, 4-point stance, get up, push to a sprint. All right, this next one. Right side, left side. And that's right over left, left over right. Straddle the line sprint. Sorry. I misnamed that one. Straddle the line, I like to call it straddle the line. Sometimes it's right side, left side, lateral sprints, whatever. But this is really good for someone that if you do this during your warm-up routine, you might be a little bit quicker still in second base. You might be a little quicker when you're getting out for a relay exchange for the 4x1 relay, because it gets you down in a really good position to go, face either side. And obviously you want to do both sides. Because if you do both sides, then you're gonna balance things out, and you're not going to try to overtrain one side compared to the other. So I'm going to straddle the line. I'm getting down in a good athletic position. I'm facing that way, and I can also want to do it where I face that way. Hands down, good. I open up into a sprint, whether I'm still in first or I'm going out for a relay exchange, handoff, whatever it might be. And also going lateral into a sprint is really helpful, pretty much for any sport, just to, again, improve athleticism. Create your own. A little delay, a little glitch. But we get a good idea on straddle the line there. Okay. All right, on your back to a sprint. This just helps you try to figure out how you're not really going to be on your back a whole lot unless you slip or something on the soccer field, or there's all kinds of different possible scenarios that you might have an accident or whatever. But this is not why it's done. But I just want you to see how quick you can get from one position to another into a sprint. So you're pretty much at 0% on your back. How quick can you get to a full-on sprint running forward? Okay. So again, you can do this, and you want to go right and left. I always, like, if you're going down one side, I say, okay, well, the locker room's on this side, so we're rolling to the right, but we're on the other side. The locker rooms will be on our left side. So always roll to the locker room. So I either go right or left. Okay, I'm laying down. I'm ready to go. How quick can I get up and get into a sprint? Okay, quick, fast. Don't take your time. Don't roll over on your knees. Get to your feet to the ground as quickly as possible. Knees up and straight over. And we'll go with our last one. Again, if you have any ideas of things that you might do that are part of a warm-up routine, please send them to me. I am all about adding new stuff to this. Change of direction. Where is that? Sorry, this is taking so long. Oh, wait, I didn't video this one. Sorry. That's why I couldn't find it. Change of direction. I'll get to more into that when I'm giving putting a video out there for an agility workout that I do. Agility when you're going one direction really fast, 0 to 100%, 0 to 100%, change of direction. Again, I'll get more into that when I start doing some agility workouts on here. So hope you enjoyed the first 4 episodes. Hope you learned a little bit. If you have, again, any ideas or things that I can add to this, please send it my way. I'll get with me. I'll get you. My email address is danasmith400@gmail.com. Send me those ideas. I'm all about it. Again, danasmith400@gmail.com. Send me those emails, and spread the word about this channel, because I just want to try to get to as many people as possible. I'm not out here to try to make any money. I'm just trying to spread athleticism and program design, and try to figure out what works best for you. Like I've spoke about before, this is all about creating something that's going to fit you and benefit you the best. Doing things, you might be a swimmer. You might not need to worry about that lateral jumping side to side, but if you can improve your athleticism, it might help you in the pool. And there's all kinds of scenarios and situations like that could be benefited from just doing these warm-up routines. So again, you have any questions, put it in the discussion board on my channel, or just come send me an email. And if you have videos that you want to send to me, then I would love to share them on here, and we can dissect them together and try to get better together. So again, thanks for your time. I'm going to start the next episode talking about everything that I test in with power clean squat, incline, bench press, broad jump, 40-yard dash, vertical jump, medicine ball toss, and push-ups and pull-ups. So there's 10 things that we're going to talk about testing on, and hopefully we'll get into the process of getting into the weight room and explaining those specific workouts and why we do progression and everything the way we do it. So thanks again, and I'll check back with you here shortly in episode 5.